Hello and welcome to MP Strong 365, day 68. Well, I, again, always forget. But anyway, on to today, we are going to do a little bit of an inner thigh stretch and then kind of an upper body single side activity situation. So, right, inner thigh stretch. Let's start one in standing, and I will use my pad as my little squish, but it doesn't matter. You can use any surface will do, really, a countertop, a table. So right now my adductors are kind of like flipped in front of me, so I'm gonna try to peel the inner thigh sort of backwards so it shines straight down to the floor, not in front of you. And so putting the instep of my left foot, stamping that down into my surface and having that inner thigh be straight down towards the floor. Then my other leg is sort of like tilted inward, so I'm gonna try to move that pressure over to the outside of the standing leg as I come down and down and down and stretch through that adductor and stretch through that right side hip by bending into the right leg. This can also be done on the floor with your other foot on the floor. I'm just choosing that elevated surface just to get a little bit more like leverage to walk my body forward, to always take big deep breaths, to feel my upper body stretch as well. Brutality the last couple of days. I'm sweeping my arm up. Yeah. Every work begets work, right? Oh my gosh, the outside of the leg is hard. Rotation through. Good. Now I'm going to do 6 rotations through. I'm going to do them from the shin just to right size myself here. I'm getting a flat spine. And I'm going to sweep the left arm up, keeping the right leg bent. Sweep the right arm up. Feel that center of the back as getting the rotation. Good, trying to shift those hips back, shift that right hip back, and the left inner thigh should be getting a nice solid stretch through there. So now we'll come out of that, and I'm gonna take this into the opposing motion. So I'm gonna sweep the left leg back behind into a swizzle, and I will just come down into that right, same like hip bend on the right side, meaning like same hinge from the hip on the right leg. And I'm just sweeping the left leg across, looking sort of at it to address that I want the inner thigh to get a squeeze now. And we can hold that stretch for a little bit and then take that same rotation. And I notice like my right leg is kind of moving here, so I want to keep it square as I do my lift with the shoulder, lift with the chest. Twist through the spine. Keep the weight back into the hip as much as you can. A couple more times. Dang, that right leg, come on. Stay squeezed at the upper inner thighs. I'm going to stay squeezed for 2 more reps. Upper inner thighs, squeeze. And not fall over, and we'll go and relax that. And now we'll come down into a tabletop and go into a rainbow arc. So rainbow arc with that. Let's go with the left leg. Let's go onto the forearms, and we'll extend that left leg, and I'll bring it forward a little bit more. There's never enough space, you know, just never enough space. Okay, so we'll come forward on the mat and do our rainbow with your arch kind of relaxed but cupped. Up and across. All the way around that 360 of the glute and hip. Trying to get weight more into the bottom of my bottom, not the very top ridge, because that one gets a little bit on the tighter side, as ours all do. All of ours do. Is that a real English sentence? And just keeping that like more where the hamstring meets the butt is where I'm going for. 8, And I know I'm all cattywampus on the right leg, but I don't really care for right now. I'm going to come into a wide-legged stretch, dynamic wide-legged stretch. So coming out with legs out wide, trying to get those. Again, the inner thighs will like come up this way. So that's why you'll see like a lot of people can just sit like this because their legs are swept upwards. So that's why in yoga they say tuck your sits bones underneath you. And so I'm trying to literally get my inner thighs to go down and then reapproach my wide-legged. So it really involves leaning forward, maybe using a pad or something that with height, you'll see people do like yoga blocks with this as well. So in my forward folded position, kind of still just inviting my inner thighs back and then squeezing onto the outside of the hips because that's the opposite muscle group. The external rotators, the outside of the hips. I'm going to come up and over with the left arm and then up and over with the right arm. And my goal is to kind of make contact with that leg, thinking more up, then over, then reach down. Up through the spine, over with the obliques and get that stretch in the lats. Squeeze the outside of both hips again. Unlocking that upper body, la la la, all the way through the throat for me as I learn from my craniosacral massage, the effects of which are already dwindling. Boo, but that's okay. It's, you know what massage does? It creates awareness of, like, after the fact, you will, like, feel the thing that's not supposed to be that way. It might start going that way again, you know what I mean? Like, today I noticed, like, my chicken head was like, oh, shit, like, oh, sorry, shoot, I'm doing a chicken neck. Like, I need to maybe pull back a little bit. And then I practiced sort of standing on my vibrational plate and seeing how far I could lean back without falling over because I tend to be like stooped forwards. So you can do the same thing. All right. So we will come to the other side for our stretch. I always spend too much time stretching, but I swear, I know, well, I don't swear. You can just go ahead and like move through for me because ultimately these are for me to do, like, you know, and if somebody else likes them too, then mazel to you. But I just like lock into place, right? And so it's important to me to explore the new end ranges of my muscles versus like starting where I start as far as like being in my current stance. Like I may be here, but I don't even know that like here is available. You know what I mean? I've got 2 inches more height. I've got more range of motion through my legs so that when I do go and do a squat or I do an upright row, I get those extra inches out of that exercise. So, you know, don't always have time to do all that stuff, but when I elect to, ooh, that felt nice, a little knee tuck to chest. P.S. So yeah, when I do have time to do this, I definitely do, or make time to do this. I don't have time is French for I don't want to make time. So when I did that knee tuck to chest, I noticed that, it felt kind of good. So let that be a lesson to you, me, as far as like maybe building that into my actual exercise set is just knee to chest because my body said that it wanted it. So with this inner thigh, I need to come down in this again and kind of get the hip down. Feels good to separate the psoas, like kind of get that free as well. And then I can come down into my stretch through that right inner thigh. I'm going to try to stay more on the instep of that right foot. And we'll go into those rotations for 6. Rotate through the arm up to the ceiling. Rotate up, checking in with your alignment on your standing leg. Feeling that stretch through the mid-spine. Oh boy. I totally just did that nasal snot thing, which is totally gross, but my sinus cavities are opening because I'm stretching. So stretching through your anywhere in the upper body, really you can release that lymphatic system. People say they're congested, especially around allergy season. Well, I'll tell you, releasing the head and neck, even doing a simple tapping of your third eye between your eyeballs can help release some of that sinus congestion. Right then, so what did I do after this? I went down to the floor for the thing, and then what else did I do? Oh yeah, I did the crossover with the rotation as well. This side maybe is easier or something today because I'm spending less time on it. I swear, any yoga class you go to, or maybe it's just so stuck I don't even know the difference, they will always spend less time on the left side than the right side. So because they get caught up in all the yumminess on the right side, and they're like, oh crap, I only have 20 minutes left in class. Let's rush through the left side. Go to a yoga class, prove me wrong. I think I used my pad as height here. Yeah. Little bit of height away from the floor. Squeezing those upper inner thighs together. Maybe I'm bent enough on the standing leg. You want to approach a 90-degree bend on the standing leg. Meaning the one that's in front of you. I just refer to standing as the one that has more of the onus of responsibility for you remaining in standing. Hence the term standing leg. Keep weighting all 4 corners of that foot. And last rotation. All right. So now that we are all ready, we are going to do high knee, tuck to chest to, whoa, hello, oppose all those. Get everything back into center, so just walk it out. And then we will go into single leg reach, single arm overhead, single arm push-up, single side bend, and maybe a little doublet at the end. Point your toes down as you lift your knee up. And now bring your arms up over your head. And be light on the feet. Think up, not down, like you were gonna go into a high run. Oh man, if I quiet down, you can hear this wind. My hair's been up in this little top knot, as they call it, or bun, or clip, for a day and a half. This wind has been crazy, but you see how I can go a little bit faster with my knee up to my chest, not really dropping down onto the heel, but more so setting the ball of the foot down with the intention to lift it right back up again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So, single arm reach. It does not matter what you're reaching for. It matters that you stay extended from your spine as you do the reach and through your arms as you do the reach. You can add a weight if you want to, or just reach with your same arm or opposite arm. So I like to chart 2 to 3 feet and then reach for my object, keeping length in the body and then coming up all the way through. So maybe you tap the object in front of you. I don't necessarily like reaching for the floor. I would do a chair to start because you're gonna round the spine. You're gonna get distracted by getting to the goal line versus getting that alignment. This is like a warrior 3 essentially. And you can also focus on extending your back leg back behind you. So going for length instead of the goal line. And we'll reach the arm forward a little bit more, tap the foot, reach out for length. Oop. Just trying to get the hip crease. Oh yeah, that feels good. I'm in the hip crease, it's so good. Oh yeah, that was the one. Hip crease on the left. Getting forward, dang. Reach. Ankle is burning a little bit, which means my glute is not doing enough, so I'm gonna squat more in and out of that. I'm gonna squat into that glute, extend the back glute, and then come back up. Chart both arms forward if you find your wibble wobbling. Your arms wiggle because they're trying to find something that isn't there in space, so direct them. And one more time. All right, groovy. We'll shake a leg. What does that term come from? Shake a leg. Okay, other side. Reach. And this one like feels easy, but we'll just go with it. Maybe I'm like an inch or two closer. Maybe I'm compensating and I don't even know. Let's make sure the arms are long so the shoulders are not shrugged to get to your goal line, right? You're not like pulling your shoulders up to your ears. You're reaching with your shoulders down away from your ears. Pulling the shoulders into the sockets, reaching, and then creasing that right hip. Oh, lost that one. I'm gonna try one arm reach. Do one or both arms on the reach. Reach. Mother of pearl. Dos más. Crease into that hip. All right, groovy. Shake a leg. One arm overhead, and by that I mean dumbbell. I'm gonna go with 15 because I want to use the whole side body for that overhead lift. So just a nice easy plant. You'll feel like you're a newly erected tent through your legs. They're nice and even. From your feet, you feel grounded all the way up through the knee, all the way up through the hip. And then we're gonna engage that left side. Pull down on the weight so that your elbow is tucked into your ribs first, and then press it overhead, then pull it back down, okay? I'm going to change the position of the other arm throughout this exercise because there are multiple muscles underneath the scap. And as soon as I feel the neck trying to help me, again, awareness from yesterday, I'm going to bury my weight down into my glutes. Like literally like you're holding your pee in. Now I'm going to change my arm position. Peeling the shoulder blades in the middle back into the equation. Now I'm going to do both arms overhead press at once with a tiny squat. One more time. All right, groovy. Let's let that weight hang down. Then crease from the hips for a squat. Then let your head drop, pull your belly button to your spine, Keep the hips low as you sink your head between your legs. Keep your hips low-ish, like your tailbone tucked underneath you as you go to wobble one knee to straighter and the other knee to straighter. Just leaving that weight down as your anchor. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Take a breath, bend your knees, pull your belly button into your spine, lift that weight up, and we're on the other arm. Mew. All right. Yeah, dude, it's like 30 miles an hour in. Outside. The doors are shaking. Pulling the shoulders down. That I did have to pull them down on the second or third rep. And bring the arm up, the free hand up at shoulder level. I always like to see my little guy in the background here. I'm like, what's up, man? In the background? Okay. More weight in the hips. Add a little power punch if you need to. More weight in the hips now. A little squat with an overhead, both arms, but the legs. Do some work. You keep the weight in where the glute. Oh my gosh, you forgot the rainbows on the right hand side. Okay, we'll do that as intermission. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we set that weight down and let's go to our rainbows on the right, on your elbows, on your forearms. Everyone's like, I forgot the plank with the rainbows. All right, so I'm just going through, because it reminded me, because the bottom of your bottom, where the hamstring meets the glutes, that's also where we want to derive some energy for that squat to overhead press too. Like burying it down into your deepest sits. Ooh, my ankles, sorry, I'm cheating, I'm moving my ankles, but it just like, I don't know, it feels like they would need to move. Ankles, like the posterior tibialis, you can look that up. It's a little stabilizer muscle that runs from the inside of your ankle down to your arch. And this one just feels like it wants to move a little bit. All right, now I'll go back to moving through the hip. And one more time. Groovy. And we will pop ourselves up and we will go bent over row. On the bench, on your chair. Just pull that easy row. This is our real intermission. So I'm going to make these into half rows. I'm going to release that other hand. And actually I'm going to add a double row because this weight is light. So I'm just using this to kind of get the middle back muscles to peel back a little bit, to rub the lats around the ribs on the sides of the body. Six, 5, now think punch straight down and straight up with that weight. 3, 2, and 1, and guess what? Same arm, we're gonna do 8 bicep curls. 8, 7, 6, think back muscles. Same base of your sits. And we'll relax that. Let's come to the other side. We may not get to everything here. Okay, we're good on time. Bent over row. You can always do 2 sets of this stuff. I just do like varieties, freeing the hand for both arms doing the row. Like I'll do another style overhead press with like both. I just don't do it all in this one little session. Because we want to get the form, right? And that takes a while. And then we can move into burn and turns. Punch straight down, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it up to standing, and 8 bicep curls. Feel those back muscles. Base of the sits. And we're good on that. Oh, that's good. Another overhead press. Maybe, ooh, yeah. Overhead. Just take the arms overhead. Take your weight overhead because we're about to do single arm push-ups. And then finish with upright rows. In 4, 3, squeeze your head with your hands if you can. 2, wait, what am I saying? Squeeze your head with your elbows on the way up with your hands. One more time. All right. So, single arm push-ups. Kind of like how they sound. Feet are wide. Pack your shoulder. Give yourself a hug with the other arm. Feet are spread, all 10 toes on the floor. You can do these on your knees. I will in a second. I just want to challenge this single arm plank position. And I'm going to do tiny elbow bend extend. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, push. 3, push. 2, push, and 1, and push. Set down onto your knees. Keep that plank position. And now extend your other arm out. Good. And I'm going to just do a little sneak over right hand towards the right side and tiny push-ups. 8, 7, 6, 5, push. All right, I could do much more on that for sure. That was pretty, what is it called? Conservative. Hug yourself. Maybe my arm was too centered. So I'm gonna go to my push-ups. Yeah, my right arm was like too centered. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Knees down. Reach your arm out forward. I'm going to replace my left hand to that left hand side and tiny push. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax that. I'm going to grab tiny weights. You can do this with no weight as well. You can do it on both knees or in standing. And we'll go upright rows, leading with the elbows. I want to find the teeniest, tiniest little sinewy shoulder muscles and leading with the elbows. Now I can see my wrists are doing all sorts of funky dunky stuff. So I want my wrists to stay pretty flat like such. So squeeze the elbow tips, then elbows lead the way. The shoulders don't. The elbows do. This is mostly about stretching this part of you right here, right by your armpit. Meaning that's the limiting factor. Like the flexibility through the armpit. So you can do these with different angles. You can pull your elbows slightly back. You can do these from a forward hinge, okay, to try to get that rear delt upright row situation going. And doing them from a complete stand-up, I'm trying to screw around and balance with my feet up too. I notice my hip flexors are dropped back, so I'm just gonna pull with the elbows, strong wrists, and then kiss the hip flexors forward. Good. 3 more times. And go ahead and relax that down. That is all we have for today. I feel like I could do much more, especially on the triceps kiss, so you can kiss your triceps at the end of this. Congratulations and see you next time.